Good morning, everybody. This is Sean with our DIY Homestead. And this morning, I just wanted to pop in and share something that I do with about every 2 weeks, and that is to make dog food for the dogs. Now, I have three Chihuahuas. They think they're country dogs, and they work great out here with the chickens and everything. But one thing as they get older, number one, Chihuahuas have a lot of trouble with their teeth, and so dry dog food just doesn't work well with for them. And I just feel like we've got the resources to make a more nutritious, more enjoyable meal for them. And so I've started making their food probably almost a year, I would think. Um, what I use is, and I'll show everything to you, but we have eggs from the chickens. And then when we have market chickens, I um, keep all the innards, the livers, the hearts, the gizzards. And so I use that as their meat. That's their favorite meat in their food is organ meat. And then I also add veggies. I put in green beans. Most of the time they're from the garden. This year we didn't have a successful green bean crop, so I am using store-bought green beans. Then carrots, and also sweet potatoes. So those are the things that I put into their food. Now, I know a lot of people who make dog food, and a lot of them use their Instapot. I don't have an Instapot, so I have two pots and boil their stuff, and they seem to like it. So I'm going to show you what I have and how we store it. Again, I've got three Chihuahuas, and I use about 24 eggs at a sitting, and that makes me 2 weeks worth of um, food for them, the 24 eggs. Just divide it in half, put one in a container for the fridge and the other in a container for the freezer, and then chop up, um, let me look here, I don't know how many ounces this is. I don't know. I use two of these containers full of livers when I buy it, and again, just half it. And then probably about four carrots, cut them in half and boil them, and one whole sweet potato and cut that in half and boil that too. Also, green beans. I use one can. I use two cans when I make it, and one can's for um, the one that I put in the fridge, and the other can's for the one that goes in the freezer. So I'll show this to you. I mean, it's really a simple process. I just wanted to encourage you. Maybe if you have an older dog, or you got to, I mean, farm dogs work hard, and there's the enjoyment of eating. That getting some fresh vegetables and um, protein in them is a great thing to do. But hold on here, and I will show you what it all looks like. Okay, so there's the eggs, and I just scramble eggs, and then I chop them up into small bite-sized pieces because I have Chihuahuas. You know your dog. You know how big of a bite they can handle. Um, to She is a 15-year-old Chihuahua, and she's got maybe four teeth in her head. So I chop things up really fine for her, and then the other two like it small too. I showed you the liver, and again, I just chop all that up. It looks gross, sorry. It smells gross. I don't like liver, but they love it, so I do it for my dogs. Again, here's one can of beans. I've already made up a week's worth of food and used the first can. But I'll take these out and I'll chop them up again into small pieces. And here's the carrots and the sweet potatoes. Again, I chop them up into very small pieces. So my oldest Chihuahua, she basically swallows things instead of chews them. And I want to make sure it's safe for her to eat it and that we don't have any choking hazards. So this is the container I keep in the fridge. I give them a scoop in the morning and a scoop at night. They get a little bit of dry dog food some hemp oil. Every week I probably give them a little bit of pumpkin to try to keep their digestive system going well. And so, that's all there is to it. It is time consuming. I'm not going to lie and say there's no time invested in it, but to me, it's worth it. So, we used to buy the food, the soft meat food from the store, but it's really expensive, and I've found that I can make this pretty economical, especially if you already have chickens. But if you don't, go and see if you can get some eggs from a farmer. Um, when we butcher chickens, I have the innards of the chickens, so that is economical. And most of the veggies have come from the garden, if not all the time. Like the beans right now, I don't have the beans from the garden to give them, but it is just a way to get some nutrients into your dog without spending a lot of money. So I'd love to hear how, if you feed raw, or if you do something like what I do, or if you're, feeding dog food. I'd love to hear from you about why you do it, what the benefit for the animal is. Is it time? Is it money? And investment. What is it that makes you make the decision on how to feed your dog? Because honestly, um, they're so important to any homestead that you want to do what you can to take good care of them. So here is Chi. She's very interested in the table right now since all of her stuff's sitting out here. I just got to finish cutting up the veggies and then I'll mix them. Again, I showed you the container I keep in the fridge. In the freezer, I just put it in an old ice cream bucket and stick it in the freezer, and then when we use the last of what's in the fridge, I just bring it out and let it thaw, and that's when I start making another batch, because I think I've spoiled them. They won't even eat plain eggs anymore. They have to have all the goodies in the eggs for them to eat it. But I would also love to see a picture of your dog in comments. If you want to send me a picture of that, that would be great. Thank you guys so much, and I hope this has been helpful to any of you. If you have questions, please let me know. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.